Hello everyone, my name is Roslyn. Welcome to my first ever Let's Play. I'm doing Dragon Quest XI, as you can see. Now, I do strategy videos for another game on my channel. This is going to be the first actual Let's Play that I am attempting to do. I've never done this before, so I'm sure quality is probably going to be fairly poor at first. I'm not sure my commentary is going to be very good, but I'm going to do my best. Hope you bear with me as I work things out and get a little bit better at this, get used to it. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump in, and I'll just kind of talk while we're going through things. Now, I do speak Japanese. I actually live in Japan. I have been here for 7 years. So, it's not like I'm going in here playing without any ability to read or understand what's going on. Now, I understand that people who are watching this probably don't speak Japanese themselves, so I'm going to try the best I can to kind of explain what's going on, explain the story as I play through. Now, this game has no voiceovers, so I'm not sure what to do about that. My original plan was to kind of play through the game, let the voices happen, and then after the cutscenes or whatever was over, I was going to explain what's going on. But instead I'm going to just kind of reading the cutscenes and then explaining. I don't know if I'm going to explain as I read, or if I'm going to wait until it's over since there's no voices, but we'll see. Maybe some of you guys can give me your opinion, what you think would be best. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, and this is just asking about the, how bright or whatever do you want it. 16 years later. Alright, well, I think the opening is pretty obvious, but just in case, basically, you know, baby's born, old men were basically talking about the mark that's on the baby's hand, you know, ominous and whatnot. Still don't know what that's about, but that's what they were talking about. Flash forward to now, your childhood friend had her scarf get caught up in a tree, and you are here for some sort of ceremony. We're going to learn here in a second. It's the coming of age ceremony, and we basically have to climb up to the top of that giant rock and pray to a god. The god of the rock, basically. Or the god of the earth. Now, I do apologize if audio quality is not so great, especially with regards to the voice. I am working with basically all I have, which is my Astro headset, and I think it's going to be picking up a lot of what I do on the controller. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can really do about that unless somebody knows how to fix that and could tell me how. Fortunately, because living in Japan, buying certain electronics is extremely expensive. I did look at buying some sort of you know, desktop mic, a Blue Snowball or something, and with a pop filter, but it's about twice as expensive to purchase one of those here in Japan as it would be to purchase it in the US. And even if I were to try and import it, the import costs are still relatively high, so at least for the time being, this is what I have to work with, so I do apologize for that. Hopefully it's not too bad though. So let's kind of get a move on here. And the graphics are pretty nice for a Dragon Quest game. And not to say that Dragon Quest have always looked bad and have great art style, but you know, they're not quite Final Fantasy levels. Okay, she's just talking more about the ceremony, and then also letting me know that anyone that has this pink mark above their head, that basically it's like a story counter, you know. Next event in the story, it's kind of where you need to go. And this is the village elder. And this is your mom, Pedura. Okay, and they're basically letting me know, like I said, this is the coming of age ceremony. We have to climb to the top of this rock, pray to the god of the earth, and basically we have to come back and report to the elder what we see up there, and that will complete the coming of age ceremony. I didn't mention it, her name is Emma, your childhood friend. So yeah, they did say that if you get lost, go ahead and follow the dog, and that you can also go here and press Nakama, your compatriot, and you can sit here and talk to the people in your party. She's the usual Japanese game thing. Can't believe I made it this far. Already 16. Let's go ahead and go. Blah blah blah. Here we have our first tutorial battle. That was a little bit fast. It's coming up after this cutscene. My bad. Now she's just sitting here. You know that, these people are the people of the rock. It's basically what they're called, and that she always knew that, this day would come, that we have to climb this rock to, pray to the gods. She's kind of given a little bit of a, she's kind of doesn't understand why do we have to do something so dangerous. What if you fall and hurt yourself before you even become an adult? And here she's saying, mentioned that apparently the Emma and our main character, the hero of the story, have the same birthday. Aha, here's the tutorial battle. So here you can have the fight. You can change how you want party members to act. You can run. You can't run in this battle, but the option to run is there. And here, the dog, he'll actually help fight, and as you get hurt, Emma will actually heal you. You don't have direct control over either of them. And also, the dog will occasionally kind of roar at the enemy and freeze them. Kind of scare them into almost a paralyzed state. Now, if you see, it's kind of like a wide circle around the battle area. You can actually walk around, but it doesn't do anything. You can't dodge any attacks, and as far as I know, there's no AoE like you would see in like an MMO that you can dodge out the way. It's just something you can do. But there's really no point to it as far as I can tell. Maybe later on it'll come into play to where it's actually like a legitimate function, but as of right now, as much as I played of it, it's just kind of there. And here in this menu, so you have attack. This is where you use your skills, your Jumon. To defend, you can change your equipment, you can use items, and these are your special attacks. The Jumon, I say special attacks, these are like your magic and your special attacks. So, obviously right now we don't have either of those. She's saying how she's scared, but, it's good they were, small creatures, and, but that we have to go through a cave to get to the top. She's worried about more appearing, but, says she'll be fine with me. Of course she will. Let's see, today. Yeah, so here, these came from getting the game, the pre-order of the game. So you have this, the Shiawase no Besto, the Happiness Vest, and Narikin Besto, the Vest of money, I guess. I'm not sure how you would best translate that, but this one gives you a small boost of experience points. This one gives you a small boost of gold while you have them equipped. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the experience point one for now. Probably should have equipped it earlier, but well. Then over here, there is a chest behind here. Like I said, this is a blind playthrough, though I have done this first intro tutorial area. So equip that. Now at this point, you do also have a broadsword. But I'm not going to use it. I'm going to go ahead and just use the sword and shield for now. I do have Emma and the dog helping me, but at the time I am just myself, so better safe than sorry. Kami no Iwa, God's Rock. You can't fall off here, but you know. Can I see? You look over there. It looks nice. I do like the graphics. Let's see here. So we can climb up. This is one of the differences that between the 3DS version and the PlayStation 4 version that I'm playing. The PlayStation 4 version, it's a lot easier to see the verticality in the game. Up here, get item. Okay, this is basically just saying that when you're in a dungeon like this, or I guess like when you get out into a field, if you attack an enemy first, when they don't notice you, you'll do a small amount of damage to them. It's like a preemptive attack. Now, like I said at the beginning of this, this is my first Let's Play, so I may do a lot of rambling, or I may go quiet a few times. I'm not really used to this at all. If you'd rather me just like shut up and only talk when I need to explain things, let me know, I can do that. If you don't mind hearing rambling, I can do that. If there's specific things you want me to ramble about, I can do that as well, so just let me know. Can definitely make changes as we go. I will say though, the dog, Dookie. Doogie? I forget his name exactly, it's Dookie or Doogie. He's doing a lot more damage this time than when I first played through this. In fact, I'm doing a lot more damage. Dookie. Okay. And I forgot to show it at that level up. I actually did learn my first magic, my first Jumon. So over here, nope, not Sobi. Let's see what's up. Over here, this is what I learned meta. Just a small fire attack for on one enemy. Not very useful in this dungeon, but you know, I'm sure it'll have its uses eventually. It also costs 2 MP, and I only have 2 MP, or 4 MPs, so I can only use it twice. And as of right now, I have no way to restore MP. I didn't buy the strategy guide, so I don't have the accessory that restores MP per turn that comes with buying the strategy guide. Which, if you didn't know, they do that a lot here in Japan with strategy guides. If you pre-order them, they sometimes have little bonuses. It's especially true for the Dragon Quest series. We got a new enemy. Mokoki. Whatever that is. In case you're wondering, I have played, oh, here you go, see that? He's frozen the enemy, paralyzed him in fear. But as I was saying, I've played every single Dragon Quest game, with the exception of 10. I didn't play 10, the online one, but I played every other one. However, the only one I've actually ever finished was 8. They tend to be really long, and I just had other things get in the way. I'm not completely new to the Dragon Quest series, but I wouldn't say I'm like an expert at it either. So if I do stupid mistakes or things that are, you know, normal, everyone's like, you always do that in Dragon Quest, but I don't, because I don't know what the best way to tackle certain things are. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go. Okay, go ahead and waste your item. Hadn't dealt any damage to him, and he goes ahead and wastes his own item. It's perfectly fine with me. Like I said, Emma will heal me, but it doesn't look like she's really doing much in that now. I guess I have to fall below a certain HP total before she'll actually throw out a heal. It's pretty much set up to where you can't die through this section. At least I'm just making, actually I'm assuming that, but it is the intros that probably want to go pretty easy on you. Just commenting about the fog. And Manoro, little kid asking for help. Why is he here? Smoke enemies. I guess this would probably be a good place to use meta. I know you actually can hit them with physical attacks, but it's a good place as any to show what this is like. There we go. She finally healed me. And that other smoke is paralyzed in fear right now, so that's good. Not taking any damage. Oh, nice. She'll restore my MP. Now that I didn't know. The first time I came through here, I actually just used physical attacks the entire time. So, I didn't know that she would also restore MP. So here he's saying that he's apologizing. He basically went ahead of us, basically to scare us, really. But then he got attacked by the monster. And how she's making a comment about how she's never heard of monsters appearing in the God's Rock. and now he's returning with Ruki as protection. Okay, so now we gotta go to the top. I don't believe there is any items. Oh, never mind, there is. So at the end of that conversation there, she basically was just talking, made a comment about how we've gotten stronger, and how we're almost at the top. And it started raining, so should hurry up. And also, let me know how, I'm blanking on the English for it, how descriptive you want me to be with regards to translating what's going on. Do you want me to just give a broad overview? This is why we're doing this, what we're doing. You want me to basically translate every little thing? Not sure if I would really want to do that, but if people want it, I guess I could try. Or if you want me to just kind of give broad overviews of what's going on, broad overviews of the story, you can do that too. Here at the top, she's commenting that it's kind of a waste. If the weather was better, we could have a good view. The glimpse of what we saw was pretty obvious, but the baby in the opening cutscene is our main character. She's all acting surprised, saying it's almost as if we called down the lightning. And now they're just going through the prey, basically. It is quite the view. Now that we've completed the ceremony, it says we should just go and report back what we saw. Go ahead and take a look here. It's quite the view, I must say. Ooh, is that an item I see? Is there anything over here? I actually didn't check this the first time I was here. I probably should have. Nope. Now it just automatically sends you back to the beginning. I'm not sure it's going to do that with every dungeon, but it did for this one. There's the dog and the little kid. Made it back safe and sound. Now he's just saying that, you know, they said they're back. The village elder, his name's Don, by the way. He's saying, you know, they saw the lightning up there, and everyone was worried whether or not we were hurt or not. And now you are explaining what you saw up there, what happened. And he's just saying it's almost like it was a miracle that even happened. And now he's asking whether, you know, now he's asking basically what happened, or not what happened, what we saw up there. And she's explaining the view. This is an interesting little line he says here. I want to point out. He's saying that you know, kind of the point of this was to show the people, you know, these people of the rock, this view. But he says right here that we are the only ones who know exactly how vast the world is, which I find hard to believe that this village and our people are. But that's what he's saying. How he's also explained how he uses this coming of age ceremony as sort of a way to basically show the world's vastness to the village people. And then he instructs us to go ahead and return to the village. Aaron's sort of title. I wasn't able to figure out quite what this does in game. That's what we get, and here we are at the Village of the Rock, or the Rock Village, whatever it's called. But I think we're actually gonna call it here for the first episode. We'll pick up next. We'll be exploring this village and continuing on with the story. So if you liked the video, you know, please leave a like. If you have anything you want to comment on, any advice, let me know in the comment section. And also, if you want to continue getting updates on when more of this episode or this series comes out, go ahead and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. And I mean, if you want, you can check out my other series. It's Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. It's a cell phone game. It's actually pretty fun. But I do strategy videos. Primarily, it's all in Japanese, but I do put English in the descriptions. If you're not interested, that's cool. I will be continuing with this series, so I hope to see you guys again.